Welcome to Great Talking Entertainment. I am your host, KJ, and this is the podcast where I review movies and TV shows from all your favorite superheroes, including Marvel Comics, DC Comics, and much more. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment official channel. Now let's go, baby. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Great Talking Entertainment official channel. And as we continue on the new Disney Plus channel, season 2 of Marvel What If, this is episode 5. What if Captain Carter fought the Hydra Stomper? And of course, this is a spoiler review, so if you have not seen this season yet or season 1, go pause this. Give me a thumbs up to help this channel grow so I can get new viewers and audience and subscribers. Go watch Marvel What If Season 1 and 2 just in case, then come back. Check out this spoiler review and any other spoiler reviews have I done on Marvel, DC, Star Wars, you name it. I got it. Check it out. Then leave a comment how you feel about the shows, how you feel about my reviews. And just let me know your theories about in the Marvel world or the DC comic world. So, y'all been warned. Let's get into it. This episode tells us the story that continues on of Captain Peggy Carter from season 1. It takes place where they're on a ship with a stolen, technology, personal stuff that is from Hydra, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and they discover a Hydra Stomper. Just like in the movie Captain America and the first Avengers, they also have a little reference from Captain America Winter Soldiers. The reason why I brought that one up because of the fact that Steve Rogers was in there. And they knew about it, just like Captain America, Winter Soldier, and they knew about Bucky Barnes. Well, they knew about Steve Rogers being brainwashed by the widows in the Red Room. And so it's kind of like a parallel to that multiverse of Earth 616, where we saw Captain America, Winter Soldier. So it just seems it's the same, but just the opposite with Peggy Carter. So we get this dynamic duo of Black Widow, Natasha, and Peggy Carter, who head to Russia with the help of Steve Rogers, who has like that Bucky Barnes feel now, where he thinks he's in control, he can be in help, and as soon as you say the codes, the words, the passwords, it triggers his brain to activate in a killing mode. And this just shows a lot what's going on. But what's really interesting is this shows it seems like no matter what multiverse, these two have straight love for each other. Their love for each other is so strong. It's for the moment, it just feels like Peggy Carter and Captain America are meant for each other. No matter what universe, Captain America and Captain Carter always find the way back to each other in each other's arms, basically. This is a love story at the same time, just in a multiverse. But besides that, like I said, Steve Rogers says he wants to help, even though he's been brainwashed. But he wants to find a way to get unbrainwashed. So they go off and they do what they got to do. And they go to this place where it kind of reminds me of Fallout. And a place where, they test bombs, nuclear bombs with gamma ray, which it kind of reminds me of the Incredible Hulk movie. Not the one with Ed Norton or the one that's in the MC. It's the other one. I forget the actor's name, but it's just called The Hulk. And he takes on his dad. That's the Hulk movie I'm thinking about when I seen this, because it's you see these made up mannequin dolls and they're just moving around and stuff. But what's really interesting about these are actually robots that ambush them, and they shoot out this electric stun to them, and This is the same electric stun that Natasha uses and other ones, because we see Melina, who is the mother of Natasha, but not really. But if you watch the Black Widow movie, that's like her mom, like the secret spy who became her mother. And this is her, and other ones have been kind of like brainwashed to be uh, assassins, but all women. And if you remember, she she does this with like pigs on a farm. So just seeing her in charge and the main leader in this multiverse, wow, it was kind of scary. Like, didn't know what was gonna go down, and she was in charge, and she showed that she was the boss. And this is all a plan to get her captured, to capture Peggy Carter and brainwash her, because this was her grandmaster plan to have Captain Peggy Carter brainwashed to make her their version of the Winter Soldier, which I feel like they could show that in season 3 if they choose to. So it's the idea of using her, just like they kind of wanted to do that with Captain America and Winter Soldiers with Hydra, and they planted all these Hydra spies in the shield. So it has that same feel into it. And we get this really cool action-packed fight, and it's a battle. Like, they're battling, trying to tase this, and it gets nuts. And like I said, Steve Rogers gets activated, and he starts flying around, destroying her, grabbing Captain Carter, and it's just the battle. And we see Natasha take on Melina, but at one point, Steve Rogers makes his ultimate sacrifice by flying the Hydra Stomper into the Red Room and it's a giant ship, just like the one in Black Widow. And then we see this part where Natasha, Black Widow, ties this like rope thing where it shoots her to get attached to the Hydra Stomper, and now she's on it, flying right into it, and there's just a big explosion. So it was a big fight and a sacrifice. So obviously they escaped, but we lost Steve Rogers again. And what was really interesting that I like about that is that it just seems like they have something going on. Like, I don't think this story is over. So maybe I think there's more to it, because yes, like I said, like, Melina might not even be dead. Like, she might have survived this as well. Like, somebody like that character just doesn't die. I don't care what multiverse. I think that character can do some stuff. So I really believe that they got more. But again, this could be a one-time thing with that character. But after seeing this episode, I would like to see more of Melina and Marvel's What If, or any live action if possible. But I really like just how that one played out, and the idea of having Captain Peggy Carter brainwashed like the Winter Soldier would be cool. So maybe there is a multiverse where that did actually happen. And it'd be very interesting to see Captain America fight Peggy Carter, but as like the Bucky version of it. I think that would be cool, and I wonder if she would have the arm or maybe even the shield. But it'd be very interesting to see that. So that gave me a lot of hope with that episode. So I did appreciate that. And then as we continue on, the Watcher's getting ready to close this episode, and then something happens. Peggy Carter falls in this portal where she takes it to another multiverse in the year 1606. So that's where they left off with that episode, and I'm assuming episode 6 or 7 or 8 will continue on with that. So very exciting. And if I had to give this episode a 1 out of 10, I'm giving this a 10. It was a great episode. It had so much going on. And let's give into some topics that I want to bring up with this, what I think could happen, or where I think this could be going, because I think there is a continuation to this particular story. The first topic is Peggy Carter and Natasha. Now, I feel like there is some like a love connection between the two. Like maybe this whole time this is a story that's going to show that she may never see Steve Rogers, and the dream of her and Steve Rogers being together is not a thing, but maybe deep down inside she has feelings for Natasha, and maybe Natasha secretly has feelings for Peggy Carter. To see, because it kind of hinted it where Natasha is willing to do this, and she's very close. She's always talking to her, wanting to socialize with her, just trying to be a good friend. But I think she's catching feelings, and I think Peg Carter is, and she doesn't realizing it. So maybe in this multiverse, her and Natasha, fall in love and hook up, and that's a possibility. And I think a lot of people would like to see that, and I'm down for that because it there's a multiverse of that. It's getting everybody, their own versions of a Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I hope there's more to this, and maybe that may be the timeline. Who knows? So that's what I think is going to happen with that story. Now let's talk about the Watcher and Wanda. So obviously it was Wanda who brought Peggy Carter to another universe in the year 1606. And this one seems has all the Avengers and Marvel characters from certain phases in medieval time, basically. And it'd be very interesting to see what they're going to do with that. And it seems like maybe this is Wanda. I think this is the same Wanda from Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. I think she's up to something, and I think she's still plotting through the multiverse, but I could be wrong. But this means a lot in the MCU, and I think it's got a lot of people very excited. I mean, she was trending. Elizabeth Olsen was trending, so I think people want to see more Wanda, and I think they want to see her in this villain way, or just some way to see her maybe find her kids, And so I think that's what people are excited, and maybe this is the actual Wanda, because we haven't seen her since Multiverse of Madness. And I know the encyclopedia book of the updated Marvel timeline says she is dead, but I just don't believe that, because I think there's more to this, and I think that's why it's there. So it'd be very interesting where this goes. But again, I really liked this episode. I really enjoyed it. This was really fun to watch. And I think personally, I always wanted to see a live action Peggy Carter. And I know I got her in Multiverse of Madness as well, but I think I wanted her to live. I think I want to see her move on. I want to see her be her own character. And I think maybe this is a potential of getting that soon in a live action. I don't think we're not gonna give a live action Captain Carter. I really think we are. At some down the point, I think they're finding a way to figure that out. I think that character is way too popular, and I think there's a lot of stories they can tell with that particular character. So I think I'm down for that. So that's my review, y'all. Thank you so much for listening. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Great Talking Entertainment Official Channel. Please subscribe, hit that notification button so you can always be updated with all my latest content. Thank you, and peace